Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's amazing dinosaur action. That was pretty fantastic yesterday, competing in that tournament, going 3-3. I think it was a pretty decent record overall. Starting later tonight, so it won't be as long as usual, but it's still going to be good, fantastic dino action, and a very exciting list that I'm happy to bring. The Great Henge popped off during the tournament quite a bit, so like I mentioned, I wanted to do some lists that featured it, at least 2 copies, because I think it is just so fantastic. Maybe Garruk's Uprising as well. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield, we draw a card. Gives all our creatures trample, so it does a little bit of a similar thing to Great Henge, and for the most part, all the creatures I have and use are 4 power or more. So perhaps Garruk's Uprising could be a little bit better than the Great Henge. For the most part, little creatures with 2 power, 3 power, something like that, 1 power. Always going to be drawing that with this thing. But with Garruk's Uprising and all these big heavy hitters, I think it still could be pretty good. Maybe a couple copies of Garruk's Uprising to just add some more card draw, paired with the Great Henge as well to really go off. But similar to Garruk's Uprising, bringing back Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner for tonight, Domri Anarchobolus as always, something a little bit special, a Mirror Shield. Unfortunately, it's pretty much the best thing to repeatedly put hexproof on creatures, and increasing the toughness as well. +0/+2 could come in handy pretty much. Well, should always come in handy. Will help Marauding Raptor or Topiary Stomper to survive the Storm's Wrath that I have in the sideboard, which would be pretty fantastic, or even the Shifting Ceratops. So it does have some pretty decent uses, I think, and just so much great targeted removal. I wanted to try Mirror Shield, at least tonight. Looking forward to when we have a better equipment that provides hexproof. There are a couple of them out there. I'm going to be crossing my fingers whenever those get released, introduced into Explorer. Maybe some brand new hexproof artifact, but that's probably going to become a staple in a lot of decks. It's going to turn off all that fantastic targeted removal. That's pretty good chance we're going to see tonight. Other than that, nothing too crazy. Big guys, get the Great Henge. Sideboard still has Ripjaw, Blast Zone. I did move to the sideboard, and I'm eating my veggies. Isaac, if you're watching right now or later on, I got 1 copy of Shatterskull, and I'm bringing back the Lair of the Hydra. I saw the Manlands do such fantastic work during the tournament. I wanted at least this thing. Again, still not bringing in Den of the Bugbear, because the token that Den of the Bugbear makes does get killed by Marauding Raptor, unfortunately. Chances are Marauding Raptor has died, so maybe the token would live. But still, at least Lair of the Hydra. Really go off with all that fantastic ramping potential of Topiary Stomper and Thunderherd and maybe Domri, perhaps. And yeah, Storm's Wrath, Bouncers, Beatdown. Storm's Wrath to bring the pain to pretty much anything, I would think, at this point. 4 damage, creatures and planeswalkers. That's got to do the trick. If that doesn't do the trick, we may have just lost. But let's get right into it. Without further ado, Dinos will do good tonight. We shall fight. It will be a delight, but we may feel a slight. Slighted by Rakdos Midrange or something like that. Still a little bit of a scratchy throat, so I'm drinking some nice tea. Who's the first unlucky opponent? Faced an Azorius control match before I started here, a little bit earlier in the evening. Had them fantastically game 1, and then they Well, I just didn't draw much game 2 land-wise. And the third game, I thought I had them. I had multiple Charging Monstrosaurs, Shifting Ceratops is at the ready. Didn't have them out so I could play around a board wipe, not blow all my creatures, but they got, whatchamacallit, the thing with flying that gets bigger, lifelink. The name's escaping me right now. I should know this, but yeah. They ran away with things because of lifelink. Oh, and that was not pretty. Really made me wish for Rampaging Ferocidon to shut that down. Okay, well, double Great Henge against Rakdos Midrange. Face that quite a bit. Possibly Rakdos Sacrifice, but I think Rakdos Midrange is more common. This is the slight problem. Of course, using 2 of legendary things, it's not going to happen that often, having 2. And I definitely think that the Great Henge is good enough that it warrants 2 copies. Hey, Marauding Raptor survived. Hopefully it helps to cast something, but at the very least, we're off to the races. I won't reveal Ghalta just because I don't need to. Didn't have anything else to play with that 1 mana. Might as well not give them information if I don't have to. Marauding Raptor is still alive. That is quite surprising. Certainly not going to block the Blood Tithe Harvester. They could have attacked quite nicely. Oh, Mirror Shield. Okay. There it is. Bam. Look at that. Wow. Already coming into effect. They dragged their feet, not having the Fatal Push. Maybe they don't have any removal. It's hard to say, but wow. Now Marauding Raptor is protected. And it's got fantastic 5 toughness. This is pretty sweet. Gonna cross my fingers they don't have Liliana of the Vale, because that would be painful. But this is looking pretty good. Can easily block Blood Tithe at some point. That's gonna deter probably some of their aggression that they have as well. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Although they probably want 1 treasure token just to ramp a little bit. They don't feel too bad losing 1 of the goblins. I'm happy Mirror Shield is just showing up in the first game. That should keep the plan going quite nicely. Hopefully they have a bunch of Fatal Pushes in hand or something. Of course, Storm's Wrath would be quite lovely. Marauding surviving, Great Henge. Yeah, hopefully we get a body one of these times here. Things are going to get out of control with the multiple reflections of Kiki Jiki. 22 lands, I believe. Pretty sure it's 22 lands. Oop, I clicked the wrong thing. Hey, go Dino, go Heaven, yes. Pretty exciting stuff. Hexproof on Marauding Raptor with Mirror Shields. 4 copies in tonight. Lovely stuff, I think, and it's helping out. Hey, Kroxa, it's not bad. Like I was mentioning, 2 or multiple legendary things in the list, sometimes that's not good, but 2nd copy. Pretty clear what to discard at least. Don't have to and haw. I'll take it out. Marauding Raptor would be quite nice. Something that would allow us to get the Great Henge down, start gaining some life. It is going to be painful when they start making copies of the Blood Tithe Harvester, but again, they can't tap and get rid of Marauding Raptor. Oh my goodness, that is many Fable of the Mirror Breakers. I'm kind of sad that I don't have Blast Zone in. Upping it to 3 charge counters, popping it, taking out all of those. Ooh, this could be good. Ping it. Oh, Great Henge. I feel like the Great Henge instead of Ghalta. Maybe that was a mistake. Hopefully it wasn't. Hey, good stuff, good stuff. It notified you, good. I'm always wondering if the bell doesn't notify people, perhaps. I'm sure there's glitches every now and then. But it is fantastic that the bell did work. Perhaps that's something I could mention to people in even just regular off-air videos. Click the bell, notification, all that stuff, so people get informed and they never miss the dino action. Or if they do happen upon it partway through, of course, I'm still doing those chapters and you can follow along quite nicely. Keep up with the action and all that stuff. And hope that the second Marauding survives. Oh man, the Storm's Wrath would be the bee's knees. Just absolutely devastate them. It's going to be good game 2, that's for sure. Hopefully we get some dino next turn. Reduce Ghalta and just pop off with whatever we slam. Regisaur Alpha would be lovely. It would survive because it would get that 1 counter, going to 5 toughness, surviving the 2 pings from Marauding Raptors. Perhaps they want to be a little bit aggressive with stuff. That's understandable. Oh, like I said, Regisaur Alpha, there we go. Draw some cards, and it helps us out because that token is now surviving, since it is only 1 Marauding Raptor. Unfortunately, I'm playing the Queen. I wanted to play Shifting Ceratops, but okay, I'm playing Shifting Ceratops. There we go. Wow, that's all right. Maximum aggression, here we go, folks. I like it. That's pretty devastating. Whew. I'm glad you are here to witness this, Heaven. I asked and I hoped. Regisaur Alpha, give Ghalta haste that I had in hand. Ghalta instead drew that land to play the Shifting Ceratops perfectly. Like a chef's kiss. I think we're still alive because a bunch of stuff is going to have to block here. Maybe they can all take out Ghalta if enough blocks it, but they'd still probably be dead afterwards. I don't think they'll recover too well, especially if the Great Henge sticks around. That's still a ton of damage. That's okay. Ooh. Two Reflection of Kiki Jikis. It's going to be rough. At least we still have Regisaur Alpha, so things might be okay. I think we might have them. All of a sudden, just an explosion of power. Great Henge does the trick. I was certainly getting worried with the wide board that they had. Oh, wow. Got him. We got fortunate there wasn't a whole lot of removal. And certainly that Marauding Raptor sticking around, slapping the Mirror Shield on it to save it from the Blood Tithe Harvesters. One of them sacrificing itself to take Marauding out. But Storm's Wrath, that's where it's at, especially against a deck like this. Reflection of Kiki Jiki, though. Ripjaw. Switch Ripjaw with Shifting. Both can get killed by Fatal Push. They have a mana value of 4, but Ripjaw, naturally starting out with that 5 toughness, surviving the 4 damage from Storm's Wrath there. Shatterskull, I would prefer Blast Zone, I think. You know what? I'm going to leave Blast Zone out. Keep keep the Shatterskull in. Carnage Tyrant, lovely stuff. Could see Domri and Kiora. Of course, there's the potential to draw ramp with both of those things, but bringing in Storm's Wrath would take both of them out, unfortunately. Maybe 2 Carnage Tyrant. Keep things a little bit lower. I was thinking of trimming maybe Topiary Stomper, but I like the ramp. It's iffy. There's 2 for Mirror Shield. And there is Storm's Wrath. I'll keep it. Probably a little bit too risky. But I think we can afford to take a risk. We won that first game in spectacular fashion. And we're already starting off with a Great Henge. Watch me draw the second copy in the next turn or two. Likely we'll have to discard a card at some point. Thoughtseize. Oh, the first time we're seeing it. I'm quite surprised I didn't see it the first game. Fortunately, the opponent took a mulligan, so we're already looking pretty good. Hard to say exactly what they'll discard. Maybe the Mirror Shield, because they don't like the hexproof, stopping all their targeted removal. But they see the Storm's Wrath, unfortunately, so we can't surprise them with that. Oh, yes. Okay, they really didn't like that. Might just go Mirror Shield next. Hope they don't have some way to get... Oh, no, there it is. Thunderherd Migration. Yes, please. Reveal Regisaur Alpha. It's already been revealed. Lovely stuff. Lock in plenty of sources of green for Ghalta, Great Henge. This list especially requires a lot of sources of green. Even more than I'm normally used to. Fable again. Interesting. Kind of want to go Mirror Shield instead. Pretty hard to Fatal Push that. Can't Fatal Push that. And next turn I could go Marauding plus Mirror Shield to equip it. If I went Marauding, I think there's a pretty good chance they would kill it with something. I prefer to try and protect it. They could be playing safe though. Seeing the Storm's Wrath, wondering about it. Well, no, I definitely should wait till Fable of the Mirror Breaker flips. Ooh, okay. I'm not waiting. That looks good. Phew. And Fable of Mirror Breaker can't tap and copy anything the first turn it comes flipped, just because it does have summoning sickness there. But I think that bought us some time. Den of the Bugbear is going to be pretty problematic though. Some instant speed sweeper certainly would have done the trick. Could be Regisaur. Maybe. It might just be dead. Well, it's got to be Stomping Ground tapped, unfortunately. I don't want to go down to 4. We shall see. Maybe I draw another Storm's Wrath. Marauding Raptor now being safe from any removal. Den of the Bugbear I can block and kill, which would be pretty fantastic. If they have a Stomp, they would kill us. Yeah, Mirror Shield seems to be working out. Taking us down to 2, it's going to be pretty rough. Certainly taking out Den of the Bugbear, that's for sure. And just hope they don't have a Stomp. Ooh. Regisaur Alpha it is. Hopefully. Well, if they do have a stomp, they should use it now. Or else we might just get them next turn with Ghalta. My goodness, that would be pretty fantastic. Definitely a nice way to start off the night. Whew. I think they're getting scared. They might be about to shed some tears. Putting us to sleep. Probably have enough time to make another tea. Epic downfall? Well, we're not quite dead. Liliana will do it. That took him a long time to figure out, I think. Excuse me. Definitely sacrifice this guy. Take us down to 1. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Taking out reflection, quite nice. How did I go down to 2? Oh, I was at 2. Yeah, never mind. No. Math is hard. But they figured it out. That's alright. We got the upper hand, I think. Had to do the Storm's Wrath when I did. It would have been nice if I could have saved it to take out Reflection of Kiki Jiki and the Den of the Bugbear. Those manlands, they get you. Something, some way to interact at instant speed. Bouncer's Beatdown, of course, could be on the agenda. It's always done fantastic in the past, and maybe I should have brought it in for at least this game. Even if I have to pay 3 to interact with Den of the Bugbear, it's still pretty good to take that thing out. Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which Bouncer's Beatdown would cost a single green because Hive of the Eye Tyrant is a black permanent, but that would be a lovely thing to keep. A little bit too risky, I think. Ooh, oh well, that's gonna have to be the one instead. Send the queen to the bottom, unfortunately, but just never know what you're gonna draw. Hopefully that second land is coming up, otherwise it's gonna be painful. That's pretty fantastic sleeves. I'd like to know how they got those ones. Ooh. Kozilek, I believe. One of the legendary Eldrazi. El Snazzy. Oh, phew, one turn too late, unfortunately. But, you know, we might still be able to make it happen here. Certainly Topiary Stomper next turn. Sorcerer, just in case we get that Storm's Wrath eventually. Topiary Stomper next turn would have been able to get another Sorcerer anyways, but I like to make sure I have the 2 sources at least, just so I don't forget, because I've forgotten in the past. I just automatically grab a forest and it's not a good time. Phew, alright, we're off to the races here. Getting to 5, Regisaur Alpha or Charging Monstrosaur next turn. Possibly Carnage Tyrant, of course the hexproof, very nice, but I would imagine they have some amount of removal. Probably Regisaur Alpha if they have some number of Liliana of the Vale and have a bunch of creatures so we don't have to sacrifice the only good thing. Carnage Tyrant, potentially. Storm's Wrath next turn, I would probably go with that. Going down to 11 though, that is rough. Ah, there it is. meaning that requirement of Fatal Push, unfortunately, but I do like Regisaur Alpha. I'm going to go with Regisaur Alpha, just in case they got that Liliana. Hope they don't have another Fatal Push. At least nothing for instant speed that would take out either of those things. Should be pretty good. Hopefully they don't play another Blood Tithe and get to 2 blood counters again, sacrificing one of them to take out Regisaur Alpha. Oh, no. Do they want to attack? Interesting. They want to bluff something. I'm not blocking. I think they might have a stomp with that Bone Crusher Giant. I want to preserve Regisaur Alpha. Oh, another one. Let's do it. Tons of bodies. That's where it's at. Hopefully. Swing with a token here. If they traded with Graveyard Trespasser, that would be pretty good. I do really need to gain some life at some point, though. Ghalta might lock things up if we can draw the Queen. Certainly hasty Carnage Tyrant next turn would be quite lovely. Some trample on Regisaur Alpha. Sometimes that gets me. Chump blocked with that. It's always nice with the token having trample, but again, chances are it's blocked by something that at least has 3 toughness. Trading with it as well. So nothing much happens. Nothing much happens there, but if Regisaur Alpha also had trample, instant auto-include all the time, absolutely no questions asked. It's still pretty much no questions asked for me, but Regisaur does the trick. There's the Fable. I think it's got to be, maybe. Maybe Storm's Wrath. Ooh, getting aggressive. It would be nice if they attacked, definitely. Eventually. Something's going to happen here. Oh, okay. They feel pretty safe. Carnage Tyrant. Probably about the best thing, but I do like Ripjaw Raptor, especially drawing stuff now at Carnage Tyrant. The big, scariest thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Got plenty of bodies to block. Hoping for that Storm's Wrath soon. But if they still don't attack, Charging Monstrosaur next turn as well might just be enough to get her done. Hopefully. If they get a stomp or anything like that, it's over, I think. Thoughtseize. Oh, go down to 2. Well, they're getting rid of Charging Monstrosaur, that's for sure. Okay, good stuff. Hopefully I draw a replacement, or maybe just a Queen to finish things off. But they can't bust through, as is. Taking 2 was welcome. Carnage Tyrant at least would be super detrimental. The tokens both would probably have to be blocked by Graveyard Trespasser, but just having the Ripjaw, I think that might do it. Interesting. I probably wouldn't attack with anybody. Maybe they were thinking I would block with something that was cheaper, but Carnage Tyrant having hexproof, the blood tithe guys can't block to sacrifice, and I think that's going to do it. Maximum aggression. Let's go. 4 for a 4/5 haste whenever it's dealt damage, draw a card. That is good. Each token would get through 1 damage if they're both blocked by the blood tithes. Hopefully we draw something nice with this Ripjaw. Luckily, everything does have to block. Ooh. Oh, still dead. Good stuff. Yes, Rakdos Midrange. To start things off. Oh, we got lucky. Man, that was a beautiful sight. Okay, let's continue that fantastic action. Hopefully continue the trend. But Great Henge doing the trick. Allowing us to just go crazy. Midstream pack opening. Hopefully it's a wild card. Terra Sunder. I did chat about that a little bit. I think it is quite fantastic and definitely something I should consider. Henge. Hedge Fund Dinos. Pterosaurus. Yes. Hey, it's a dual land. Fantastic thing. Maybe when I go tamer dinos, I could use Chevan Reef, but certainly Hedge Fund Dinos. That's partly the inspiration for the name, but also I kind of like to call it the Great Henge because it's like the plant, you know. And Topiary Stomper looks like a hedge, but it's henge. Who knows what a henge is? Maybe it's just something made up, but Hedge Fund Dinos, yes. Buy out all the dino cards and up the price. Maybe I'd make a lot of money if I sold them. Limited edition. All the foil Carnage Tyrants. All the foil Colossal Dreadmaws. I'm surprised foil Colossal Dreadmaw is not up to at least $100 for a near mint copy of Colossal Dreadmaw foil. It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there, that's for sure. Just gotta wait. Be patient. Patient like this control matchup, it looks like. Yorion Sky Nomad. Hopefully it's not too many things enchantment related, because I don't have a whole lot of ways at the moment to deal with a lot of enchantments. It is going to be probably a little annoying, I would imagine. Something bouncy, bouncing stuff. Having things with hexproof could help, especially if they're targeting us with Orzhov, something perhaps. Hopefully a source of green or just a land that comes into play tapped in. Then we really be off to the races with Hedge Fund Dinosaur Ramp. Ramp up your wins. Like you hopefully ramp up your money when you win tournaments with this list. Maybe not quite, but it's always nice to see the Great Henge go off. That is interesting, to say the least. A little bit slow, that's alright. Thunderherd Migration, you can't sweep that. You can't... Well, pretty hard to get rid of a land, like I say. They could have Field of Ruin, destroying a non-basic land, but naturally I run lots of basics, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And oof, yikes. So it is a Yorion Enchantment something or other. Definitely a little bit slower than I would have liked, for sure, but Marauding plus Topiary. Yeah, Marauding and Topiary. Get us to those 5 lands, possibly playing the Great Henge next turn. That'd be pretty fantastic drawing things, but one of these guys is getting answered, I bet. Probably Marauding with some enchantment to exile it, perhaps. Probably won't be too good. Assemble the Titans. Interesting. Just don't think things that are heavily based around enchantments are all that common. Don't feel it warrants using them. Hopefully they can't counter Marauding. Good stuff. Gonna go Marauding. Ghalta for 2. Great Henge for 2. And then with the Great Henge, 2 for shifting. Draw some stuff. Play some things. Forest. Shifting Ceratops, haste. Maximum damage. I'm going to take out Calyx. I like taking out Calyx. Could have been nice doing 6, but that guy I don't like. Hopefully they don't have a sweeper. But that particular line right there, that was about as explosive as you want. Hey, that's alright. We got bodies, and we're going to be drawing stuff too. Backup Marauding, draw. Hopefully Regisaur at some point. Now I could still go... no, I'll go Carnage Tyrant, just in case I draw some more good stuff. Oh, there's the Regisaur. I'm going to reveal it. I don't even care. If they have a sweeper, use it. They know something bad is going to continue to happen. They have to have a sweeper pretty much every single turn, it seems. They're forced to have a sweeper almost every turn, especially with Regisaur Alpha coming down next turn, giving everything haste. It might be over next turn. Hopefully. Yorion's not going to save him. Gross Spiral may not. They got to draw as much as possible to get that sweeper. Backs against the wall. Oof. Yeah, I'm going to go with Carnage Tyrant. I still have plenty of mana if they counter it. Bam. Oh, that was nasty stuff. My goodness. But we know what it's all about. They have a little bit of maybe blue stuff. Mainly enchantments, though, that we're going to have to worry about. Blast Zone. It could be helpful, but it seems like a lot of their things that I would want to use Blast Zone on are pretty expensive. Perhaps they have some cheap enchantments, of course, so Blast Zone might be helpful. Nah, I'm just going to keep it as is, and hopefully we pop off again in splendid fashion. Even though we went a little bit slow there, there was still some fantastic ramp to get the job done. Multiple Marauding Raptors definitely helps. The cost reduction, just chaining so many things because of having both Maraudings, and Topiary Stomper entering with an extra 1/1 counter thanks to the Great Henge surviving 2 Marauding Raptor pings, the shifting, all that stuff. That's partly why the Great Henge is so good, I think. At least when you have 2 Maraudings out. Those things that, excuse me, originally died to Marauding, you don't have to worry about so much. Person's probably wondering, what can I do, if anything? I think it was probably right to take out Calyx, Destiny's Hand, I think it's called. I was searching for digging for some problematic enchantment. Flaming Terrain. Seeing that name, I probably would have thought mono red at first, but the Teferi avatar. It's probably something control related, and this hand is, well, it's worse than the first starting hand. My goodness. No. Possibly if I had a commune with dinosaurs and I could risk... Oh man, that would be too risky. But if I had commune with dinosaurs, I might consider it, especially because there's Marauding, there's Mirror Shield. Infinitely better. I could see Mirror Shield being pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that out. The Sweeper's Mirror Shield isn't going to help with Hexproof. Just because they're not targeting anything. As long as we get to 3 lands, we might be off to the races with Kiora here. Could get pretty explosive with 2 Maraudings, but they know what we're all about. So, well, I'll try for 1. See if they have counter spells. Or removal. I would imagine maybe Portable Hole to some degree. But definitely the enchantments that exile target non-land permanent or target creature when they enter the battlefield, and it's returned to me when they leave. Excuse me. Not a lot of ways to get rid of those things, though. Leyline Binding could happen. New one from Dominaria United. Costing 1 less for each type of land they control. That would be good. Hey, I expected removal. Any and all removal, but luckily I can't deal with Kiora. I don't have a whole lot of... why am I untapping? I don't need to untap. Okay, next turn we could have Hasty Shifting. Probably Marauding plus Shifting, but we gotta think of the Sweepers. Either way, somebody's going to draw a card, especially with Shifting Ceratops there. But seeing the Void Rend, I think I'm going to go with Shifting Ceratops. Get my lands now. Shifting Ceratops afterwards. Hopefully they don't take out Kiora, but hopefully they don't have a Sweeper. Ooh, Regisaur Alpha, good stuff. If they sweep next turn, still quite fantastic having Regisaur. Drawn more stuff with Kiora, I like it. And Shifting Ceratops is protected from Void Rend if they have more of that, because it is part blue. The Eldest Reborn. Well, I know what I'm going to sacrifice. Actually, I should just sacrifice Shifting Ceratops now that I think about it. Yeah, let's do that. Throw him for the loop. Oh my goodness. This is good. This is good, folks. Regisaur Alpha. Bam. Good stuff. Lots of damage. I like it. More cards, more draw, yeah, that's also very good. Another Marauding, beautiful stuff. Down to 1. Untap this guy. Discard a card, oh nuts. Hopefully they sweep us. They have to have a sweeper or else. That's it. Oh, bam, look at that. Folks, that was fantastic stuff right there. Yorion Enchantments in 2. I definitely expected to drop 1, but it seems they weren't quite ready for fantastic, explosive aggression like that. Kiora certainly helping, drawing that extra card so we didn't have to discard the Charging Monstrosaur there. Yeah. Especially if they had a Sweeper, that would have been maybe a little bit hard to recover from. Alright. It's going good tonight. I'm definitely liking this list. Not much interaction to start with, but it still seems to be doing the trick. That's for sure. Dylan, 509. That's kind of rough. Just the Mirror Shield. Maybe if I had 3 lands, I might risk it. Oh, wow. Infinitely better. Oh, that's a tough one. Turn to Domri. I'll drop Domri. I like the turn 2 Thunderherd. I would be at 4 lands on turn 3, so I can go Marauding plus Topiary Stomper and super duper ramp. Smooth use of all my mana. It's one of my new favorite lines. Turn 2 Thunderherd, turn 3 Marauding Topiary. They haven't popped off quite yet. Looks like we might get them. Eventually. Looks like it's lagging a little bit. Hopefully things continue nicely. We at least get to 6 next turn for Topiary. Garruk's Uprising. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's a good thing. But Mirror Shields might be nice. Shifting as always. Lovely stuff. Haste. Hard to beat. Alright. Mono green ramp it's looking like. Elvish Mystic. A little bit slow on that one. And another Garruk's. Well, well, well. I like Mirror Shield on Marauding. Good old Kiora's. Untap somebody here. Hopefully we can get her done. Oh, I can't target shifting because it's blue. I forgot about that. That scenario doesn't happen too often with shifting, but it is a slight drawback for the fantasticness that shifting does provide. Drawing 2 cards off the Elder Gargroth is pretty fantastic stuff. Blizzard Brawl, I figured a Blizzard Brawl was in the mix, in the works at some point. A Great Henge, well, that's hopefully going to be pretty great when we get more creatures. Maybe I should have put Mirror Shield on the shifting, but definitely nice to save Marauding Raptor. It's pretty cool seeing the Silverback Elder here. I expected to start seeing that thing. Anybody that hasn't taken a look, whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one, destroy an artifact or enchantment, look at the top 5 cards, put a land among them onto the battlefield, or gain 4 life. Each time you cast a creature. That gets out of control quick. Nuts. Only we are a little bit faster. Excuse me. I'm just going to let it happen. I want to preserve Marauding Raptor because that could really allow us to go off. If we draw oh, we drew a Dino. Good. Let's draw the Queen. Charging, also pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. Now the question is, do I want to swing with some people? Anybody? Silverback Outer would take out Charging Monstrosaur, unfortunately. You know what? Mirror Shield. Actually, I don't have enough to equip. Never mind. What am I thinking? Marauding Raptor. Just Marauding Raptor. Whatever blocks it, I take out, so that feels pretty good. Get the Stomping Ground down just in case, but hopefully we have enough bodies to get her done still. Although they might just explode, especially with 2 Garruk's Uprising. Oof, Ulvenweld Oddity. That might do it for him. That's not good. Ouch. Painful. If we got Ghalta next turn, that might help. Possibly. Yes, everyone absolutely is running that monkey. It does the trick, that's for sure. Would have liked to draw something with Carnage Tyrant, but yeah, we're not busting through that, unfortunately. That's alright. The fantastic potential of the Silverback Elder. Something I mean, that's the art for the deck, if you see it right there. Where is the... Yeah, it's a little bit small, but I was actually thinking, yes, we do get a bigger dino, so we gotta look on the positive side of things. Blast Zone, though, I like taking out those Garruk's Uprisings. Possibly the Elves. Storm's Wrath could be nice. Maybe. Would Storm's Wrath take out enough? The Ulvenweld Oddities, maybe, and the Elves certainly would have been pretty fantastic. Oh, yes, absolutely. The Silverback Elder, that's going to be the first mythic that I'm really, well, other than Karn Silex, the first mythic that I'm just going to craft. I might just start using it normally. Certainly seems to do the trick. If you don't remove it right away, it's not going to be a fun day. At the very least, gaining life, but man, that's the Silverback Elder. Ooh. Is super scary. But apes and dinos, maybe they lived together in the past, you know, jungles. Maybe they fought. Maybe apes rode on dinos. Who knows? No way to get video evidence. Switch Shifting Ceratops with Ripjaw. I like the potential of Ripjaw. Could see Cutting Cure, but lots of draws, very nice. Kongfok Godzilla, yes. Oh, the 6/6 on their side is Elder Gargaroth. Elder Gargleroth. Sometimes how I say it. Trample, Reach, Vigilance for 5, a 6/6. You can do a bunch of different stuff whenever it attacks or blocks. It's the bee's knees. The lovely thing. But we got to cut a little bit more if we're going to cut a bit more. I'm not going to do it. I like the Mirror Shield stopping that Blizzard Brawl. If I can get, you know, Carnage Tyrant, Mirror Shield to give hexproof on somebody else. Maybe mostly nullifying Blizzard Brawl. I can work with that. Heaven, Lair of the Hydra. There we go. The only copy. Certainly Rockfall Vale turn 1, turn 2 Lair. Having 2 untapped. The turn 1 Elvish Mystic. Nuts. Turn 3 Ripjaw. Should feel pretty good. Maybe turn 4 Regisaur. Hopefully that's enough aggression. Cemetery Prowler. Ooh, that's going to be nasty as well. Beast and Dinos with Ramping. I like the sounds of that. I think I'm just going to attack the Cemetery Prowler. See if they block. I don't think they will. Oh. Interesting. I like taking that thing out. Another one. Nuts. That's not so good. But we got a Ghalta. We got a Mirror Shield. Unfortunately, I played the Rootbound instead of the Forest. But I'm not sure why it's taken so long. Perhaps the game is being a little bit glitchy tonight. I'll attack with Ripjaw. Certainly, they're not going to block it. Would have been a good deterrent for aggression, but I want to be as fast as possible. the Regisaur, get the queen next turn. The queen is the dream. Hopefully things are still stuck around, but they could have that Blizzard Brawl, and that's going to be quite devastating for us. Ooh. I don't know, we might be able to make something nice happen with Ghalta. We shall see. Certainly slamming her down. Up the Mirror Shield on, I guess, Ripjaw. I don't know if Silverback will get a nerf. I think green needs some fantastic things. Certainly Silverback is about as fantastic as it gets. I just want to do as much as humanly possible. Things will just get out of control if I held back and wasn't aggressive. Down to 4 feels pretty good. I don't think they can kill us this turn, especially lots of stuff doesn't have haste. Oh, another Silverback. I don't know. Hard to say, but Silverback is, that seems to be where it's at. Gain a bunch of life, look for a bunch of lands, draw a bunch of cards. Who needs a Great Henge when you got that fantastic package, including Grook's Uprising there. Ghalta with Double Strike probably would do the trick, but as it is now, that's not going to happen. That's alright. Nothing with haste, unfortunately, and they just continually draw a bunch of stuff. That's okay. Right. At least one more. But man, that's Silverback. Yeah. Hopefully I finish off the playset of Silverback Elder whatchamacallit. That was good. That was good. I went 3-3 heaven. Pretty decent, I think. Faced a lot of different stuff. I was quite happy with it. Hopefully next time it's a, 4-2, 5-1 maybe. I win the whole thing next time. It's bound to happen at some point. If this is the only thing I play, it's all but certain, I guess. That's going to be pretty sweet. Showing Dino power. Taking down some tournament. Hopefully it's a pretty big tournament, but yeah. Oh, I think so. 3-3. Surprising a lot of people. For the most part, taking at least one game, I think. I think I took at least one game off every match I lost, so that's still pretty good as well. And it was with a pretty different list. Jund dinos, where I still do prefer Gruul dinos, red and green. I don't think Jund is necessary. Again, it's more preference if you want to splash that color in. Can do fantastic things. Again, probably keep whatever that splash is to only one pip, so the thing only needs one white or one black, something like that, to really maintain the consistency. But it's fight rigging. Could be over here, yes, definitely a lot of Rakdos sacrifice. Well, there's our dino, our black dino. Absolutely anger, another sweeper. There are quite a few instances where that would have done the trick, 100%. But the double Rotting Regisaur on turn 3, golly gee. This game isn't for me. Yikes. Well, we might be able to get some big heavy hitter that can trade with Rotting Regisaur, perhaps. mean, that's a lot of damage. We got to get a body to at least have a chance next turn. We won't get to enough lands to turn on Topiary Stomper, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to do it. I would do it against a lot of stuff, I think. Maybe Azorius Control or something would have a sweeper, but yeah, ooh, scary. Possibly could do something with Bouncer's Beatdown, but there could be a pretty good chance that the most powerful creature that I have, dealing X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power. Chances are that thing is not going to have 6 power to deal with Rotting Regisaur's 6 toughness. Carnage Tyrant would be the only thing, unfortunately. They could have some other stuff with lower toughness, but Rotting Regisaur is the painful thing I would like to take out. Yeah, I could see just maybe keeping it as is. Mirror Shield maybe not doing so much. I don't think they have a whole lot of targeted removal, so might as well bring in Ripjaw. Have another body to block stuff. Ooh, I can work with that. Double Thunderherd Migration, 2 lands, Darmy, tons of ramp interaction. Again, Carnage Tyrant, we got our pretty much biggest thing. We could fight and at least threaten to trade with whatever heavy hitter they get down. Shifting as well, going to 6 power with Domri would trade with the Rotting Regisaur quite nicely. Double mulligan though. That feels pretty good. Oh, triple Thunderherd. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Certainly hasn't happened that often, but we're ramping. That's for sure. Hopefully getting a 4th land next turn. Going double Thunderherd would be quite nice. Ah, there's that fight rigging. It would be nice to take out the Elvish Mystic, but we're a little bit slow. Taking them down some in the ramp department. Could I go Domri? Yeah, that would be nice, I think. Whatever they play next turn isn't going to have haze, so Domri should be safe. Having them down, able to fight whatever if they get something nasty out. Another fight rigging. I like that. Okay. I think I'm going to fight that Elvish Mystic. Oh, phew. Okay, I can fight the Elvish Mystic. Nah, Shifting Ceratops would die. I think I probably should fight it, though. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, the game really seems to be lagging tonight. My goodness. It's definitely not my internet. Fiber up to 1 gigabit per second. Maybe I have to do an update on my computer or something. Ooh, I'm liking the looks of this. Charging. You know what? I like Charging Monstrosaur. Up Domri to 3, so if we gotta fight something eventually. But just applying the pressure fast with charging, I think might help us get things done. I know what I'm fighting. Oh, lots of little guys, my goodness. One of those is kicking the can. Actually, I probably want Carnage Tyrant now that... No. I still have enough for Carnage and fighting. Good stuff. Cancel. Hold on a second here. Carnage Tyrant to fight the Elvish Mystic. And then Charging Monstrosaur is still healthy enough that the one Llanowar Elves that's left over can't block and kill it. Which I think they would have taken advantage of that opportunity. More elves. Wow. Wow. That is a lot of elves. Domri coming in strong though. I'm just happy I didn't have to deal with multiple rotting Regisaurs. My goodness. Yikes. Almost makes me want to go back to Jund. At some point, I'll do again some Jund dinos featuring rotting Regisaur, Embercleave, all that good stuff. Fight rigging, not going to do a whole lot. I do wonder what they have in hand. Maybe it's another fight rigging, or I don't know. Hard to say. Sultai could be Ultimatum. Eventually, I think we'll get them. At least this game. One of these days here. Maybe they're salty. Because fight rigging, they think, is not supposed to lose to dinos. And they're mad that I keep killing their elves, perhaps. I know, it's very uncommon to see this happen. Sweepers, again, like you mentioned, against Rakdos Sacrifice, Anger of the Gods, at the very least, to take out all these little elves. That would have been nice. I think the game really is going slow for some reason. Hard to say. I'll just swing with everything and bring the pain. I think, yeah, that's enough to do it. Game definitely has to be lagging. Or they could be roping. It's hard to tell. Huh. Well, I guess I'll take this opportunity to blow my nose. Put me to sleep. Oh my. I think they might be big mad. Super big mad. Yeah, it seems like they might have been massive mad. Who knows what. Again, pretty tempting to maybe bring in Storm's Wrath, but that's not exactly normal. I shouldn't plan on seeing so many Llanowar elves, so many elvish mystics. There's always the potential for that, but although Blast Zone, popping it for one, because it does start with one charge counter. Ooh, to take out all the elves. I kind of like that. And again, worst case scenario, it's a land, it ramps. Good stuff. Take out Shatterskull. Maybe Lair. And a mountain. All right. Off to the races. They won in such fantastic fashion the first game. They figured, oh, I got this one in the bag. Hoping to see multiple rotting Regisaurs, slamming, all the big nasty stuff. We all experience times like that. It goes so well at the start. Second game doesn't go well, and then you're wondering, oh, can I make it happen again? But you got to put it all in perspective, playing enough games that you see the wide range of potential hands, potential draws, and coming to a conclusion with how to maybe tweak things make it more consistent, either adding more lands or a different mix of creatures, whatever it is. But you certainly should try and get as much of a sample size as you can. Just 20 games, 30 games, without making too many big changes. Especially if it's with a deck or a particular list that you're wanting to use for a long time. You could have a nice streak where, well, not so nice streak. Lose 5 games in a row, gets pretty close, some of them, but that would feel definitely really bad. Eventually you will win. And it might just be practice, especially if it's something new. Getting comfortable with any deck takes time. Hopefully I don't see as many fight riggings though. That was getting scary. Luckily they didn't have some big heavy hitter to turn on and exile all the stuff that, or play all the stuff that fight rigging exiled. They're wondering, what can I do? They'll maybe be scared to play the elves because I just kill the elves. But they need the elves to ramp. Maybe as a backup plan, slap a bunch of counters on the elves to eventually get one of them up to 7 power. Playing the exiled cards from fight rigging. I don't know. I don't think they're roping though. Because the game did seem to lag multiple times there. We'll see if the timer pops up. That will definitely be an indication if they're roping. Okay, seems to be. This would be a pretty satisfying way to end the night. Jeopardy theme song. That's what I need again. Or something similar to it. Relaxing elevator music. Not that the music I play normally, the background stream, is not relaxing. Some of it is pretty upbeat, although I haven't really listened to it. Bam. There we go. Big Mad. Heaven. You called it. 100%. That was fantastic stuff. Oh. We stayed positive. That's the power of staying positive. Just trusting in the power of whatever deck you're using, as long as you have a clear game plan against a decent range of the meta decks. Easy peasy. You said it. Easy Dino. That was good. What time is it now? 1:13. Alright, I'll call it there for now just because I started later. But I'll be back tomorrow. Fantastic Dino action. Heaven, thanks for watching. Anybody else watching right now or later on? That was some pretty enjoyable matches. And the Silverback Elder, the big ape, that I think has to be on the agenda. But lovely stuff for Mono Green there. Scary, scary stuff indeed. Take it down some Yorion Enchantment control. Always lovely. Not having to worry about sacrificing some of our creatures with Trial of Ambition, I think it is. But just the fact I took it down because I don't have lots of ways to deal with enchantments. Silverback Elder, whenever we cast a creature, we could destroy an enchantment. Certainly would have helped in that matchup. Yes. Thanks for watching again. Heaven and everybody else, have a good night, good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is. Remember, there's always room for improvement, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.